Genesis chapter 14. Abram rescues Lot 1. And it came to pass in the days of Amraphel king of Shinar, Arioch king of Elazar, Chedorlaomer king of Elam, and Tidal king of nations. 2. That these made war with Bera king of Sodom, and with Birsha king of Gomorrah, Shinab king of Admah, and Shemeber king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, which is Zor. 3. All these were joined together in the vale of Siddim, which is the Salt Sea. For 12 years they served Chedorlaomer, and in the 13th year they rebelled. 5. And in the 14th year came Chedorlaomer, and the kings that were with him, and smote the Rephaims in Ashtaroth Karnaim, and the Zuzims in Ham, and the Emims in Shaveh Kiriathaim. 6. And the Horites in their Mount Seir, unto Elparan, which is by the wilderness. 7. And they returned, and came to Enmishpat, which is Kadesh, and smote all the country of the Amalekites, and also the Amorites, that dwelt in Hazazontamar. 8. And there went out the king of Sodom, and the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Admah, and the king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, the same is Zor winking face, and they joined battle with them in the vale of Siddim. 9. With Chedorlaomer the king of Elam, and with Tidal king of nations, and Amraphel king of Shinar, and Arioch king of Elazar, 4 kings with 5. 10. And the vale of Siddim was full of slime pits, and the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, and fell there, and they that remained fled to the mountain. 11. And they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah, and all their victuals, and went their way. 12. And they took Lot, Abram's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. 13. And there came one that had escaped, and told Abram the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre the Amorite, brother of Eshel, and brother of Aner. And these were confederate with Abram. 14. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants, born in his own house, 318, and pursued them unto Dan. 15. And he divided himself against them, he and his servants, by night, and smote them, and pursued them unto Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus. 16. And he brought back all the goods, and also brought again his brother Lot, and his goods, and also that. 17. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer, and of the kings that were with him, at the valley of Shaveh, which is the king's dale. 18. And Melchizedek king of Salem brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God. 19. And he blessed him, and said, Blessed be Abram of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth. 20. And blessed be the Most High God, which hath delivered thine enemies into thy hand. And he gave him tithes of all. 21. And the king of Sodom said unto Abram, Give me the persons, and take the goods to thyself. 22. And Abram said to the king of Sodom, I have lifted up mine hand unto the Lord, the Most High God, the possessor of heaven and earth. 23. That I will not take from a thread even to a shoelatchet, and that I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich. 24. Save only that which the young men have eaten, and the portion of the men which went with me, Aner, Eshel, and Mamre. Let them take their portion.
Explanation and understanding of Genesis chapter 14. Genesis chapter 14 narrates an incident in which Abram, later known as Abraham, rescues his nephew Lot from captivity after a battle between several kings. This chapter also introduces Melchizedek, a priest and king of Salem, Jerusalem, who blesses Abram. Conflict among kings. Several kings, including Amraphel of Shinar, Arioch of Elazar, Chedorlaomer of Elam, and Tidal of nations, formed an alliance and went to war against other kings, including Bera of Sodom, Birsha of Gomorrah, Shinab of Admah, Shemeber of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, Zor. This conflict took place in the region of the Vale of Siddim, near the Dead Sea. Rebellion against Chedorlaomer. The kings of Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, Zeboim, and Bela had served Chedorlaomer for 12 years but rebelled in the 13th year. Military campaign. Chedorlaomer and his allies launched a military campaign, conquering several regions, including the Rephaims, Zuzims, Emims, Horites, Amalekites, and Amorites. Sodom and Gomorrah defeated. The alliance of kings defeated the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah, causing the people of those cities to flee. The victors plundered the wealth of Sodom and Gomorrah, including taking Lot, Abram's nephew, captive. Abram's pursuit. Abram learns of Lot's capture and assembles a force of 318 trained servants to pursue the captors. He divides his forces by night and successfully rescues Lot, along with the people and goods that were taken. Meeting with Melchizedek. Upon his return, Abram is met by Melchizedek, the king of Salem and a priest of the Most High God. Melchizedek blesses Abram and offers him bread and wine, symbolizing their fellowship. Tithes and refusal of spoils. Abram gives Melchizedek a tithe, a tenth, of all he had recovered. When the king of Sodom offers to return the people but requests the goods as spoils, Abram refuses, emphasizing that he will not take anything that might make it seem like the king of Sodom had enriched him. Key themes and lessons from Genesis chapter 14 include Abram's heroic act. This chapter portrays Abram as a valiant warrior who rescues his family member, Lot, demonstrating his courage and sense of responsibility. Melchizedek's blessing. Melchizedek's appearance as both king and priest highlights the significance of his blessing. He blesses Abram and acknowledges God as the Most High God, recognizing God's role in Abram's victory. Abram's integrity.